Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to be trying our hand at sewing a labubu, or a lafufu, whatever you want to call it. Now I've done some sewing in my lifetime and I'm not that great at it. With all that being said, this is not really a sewing tutorial. I saw Static Wool do this and wanted to give it a shot. The pattern is one that she had found, link will be in the description. I actually have quite a few patterns that I just haven't been brave enough to pull out and try. But after this whole ordeal, I think I'm definitely gonna be ready for them. We started strong on this project. I cut the ears in the back of the head wrong, so I had to find fabric to recut. I couldn't find any more of this gray fabric, so I went with this green that looks really nice with it. After recutting, I sewed the ears together. A lot of our stuff is still packed in boxes, and I couldn't find a lot of things that would have been really useful for this. Like my sewing clips or pins that would have been awesome for holding this fabric together. So you see me using a lot of random things to keep it together. But yeah, then I attached the ears and the back of the head pieces to the forehead piece. Then the back of the head pieces together. The head was definitely the easiest part of this project. Now we're moving on to the body, laid out the pieces so I could try to understand this mess, and started sewing the arms. Don't let the editing magic fool you. I absolutely sewed the first arm on wrong and had to rip it off and do it again. Then I moved on to the legs. I'll tell you what, the instructions on this pattern are trash. At some point, my frustration peaked and I just said screw it and just started doing whatever looked right. That looks like a body? Perfect. I'm trying to figure out attaching the head. Yep, it's on there. It's hanging on by a thread. But seriously, now time for the stuffing and figuring out the face. I wanted to keep it easy because I was tired and my brain didn't want to anymore. I wish I had made the skull face a little bigger, but I still think this one turned out pretty cute. And Jack was born. With one under my belt, I decided to try again, this time in the green that I had used on the last one. And this time I'm going to make it even harder and try adding a tail. Starting with the head again, attaching the back of head pieces, ears, and forehead pieces together, I realized I made the chin part a little long, so I chopped that off and adjusted my lines. Right here on the leg, I did this a little bit differently. There are, I think they're called darts, in several spots on the pattern. The others were marked, but these on the legs were not. I just assumed they were different or something. But no, they just weren't marked like the others. My sewers out there, don't yell at me. I'm not good at this. Continuing on, attaching the arms and legs to the body, I am again shooting for it to look like a body. But this time, I'm adding a tail to the back pieces. Once all pieces are attached, we sew everything up. This green fabric was thicker than the gray fabric, and my fingers were struggling to get through this one. Attaching the head to the body, I tried sewing it slightly different, but it didn't really change anything. But oh well. Turning it right side out, and heck yeah, a body with a tail, that's what I'm talking about. Pulling out the air dry clay, we're going to sculpt a face this time. And there's Jack, who's not impressed. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with clay either, and this air dry clay, I can honestly say I will never buy again. It's just a sticky mess, and once it's out of the packaging, it just has this weird consistency that reminds me of silly putty. Not the best in my opinion. So I sculpt the face and put some tinfoil under it to try to keep a rounded out shape. Then sculpt some simple feet and let it dry. Now for colors. For the eyes and mouth, I didn't feel like mixing up any green paint that matched the fabric, but thankfully, I had an acrylic marker that actually matched pretty well. I colored the eyes and the mouth with it, and then did some pink for the cheeks, and I think I may have gone a little hard with the blush. And then added some swirls to the eyes for more interest, because why not? Finished it off with a top coat, and then used super glue to attach the face and the feet to the body. And here they are. I think they turned out really cute. I hope you all enjoyed this journey. Have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Bye.